Ooh, an uninvited Asian. Lieutenant Edelson appears concerned for Moonbrida's well-being. You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alian has reported a sound victory over the main column and informs me that the Scions have already turned their attention to other duties. All but one, that is. The Rogan lady with the large axe? 'Twould appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to civilization, but Northern Thanalan is no place to wander alone, even for a capable sort such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you could check in on her before you continue on your way.
Hold on, I won't be a second.
Yeah, I'm really kind of like impressed how much voice acting there has been in the 2.x patches.
The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me, an axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
Oh.
She senses me. A useful talent.
This has got to be Nabrialis.
Penassian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth. Meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabrialis. And you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that bastard want with us? Nobrialis, he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet, unconscious. But this staff, you say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger. We have to get back to the Rising Stones.
Yeah, that's what I figured too when he said staff, that he was referring to Tupsimati. Because I know, like, he does something with the Rising Stones, and I think Minfilia is kidnapped, and then we save her in Chrysalis. If I'm right and the Ascian is after Tupsimati, then we'd best make all haste back to the Rising Stones. Minfilia must be warned. And then I was wondering during that cutscene, is maybe that why Midgard-Sormr like sealed off the Blessing of Light? Was to basically egg the Ascians on, to force them, to make a move and kind of put themselves out in the open? I wonder. I mean, we'll find out. Or maybe we won't, but I don't know. You're here. Master Louis Soir's staff is kept in the solar, isn't it? Quickly now.
You two.
Such a short bit of like no voice acting. They may as well have just voice acted that. Ooh, that's a creepy mess.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The Blessing of Light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Ooh.
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Okay, so now the duty. Forget about me. Go. There we go. I've never soloed this, and I know there are some mechanics to it that I think even at higher level you need to be aware of, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. Let us do the thing. Dude's got some mutton chops. One quick thing I just remembered, because they've said it twice, I think each time I thought of it, but it was in the middle of a cutscene, is they're in a place the Ascians escape to a place between like the physical realm and the ethereal sea or whatever, called the Void. But isn't that what they called the 13th, is the Void? Because that's like where Void Scent come from. I don't know. Anyway, that was just something I was thinking of, and I don't quite know the answer. Oh, they escaped to the Rift, not the Void. And thank you for watching my channel, Axeron. So then where is... So it's just the Rift is the... But why do they refer to it as a Void? Or I guess it's the difference between like Void capitalized and not capitalized, I guess then. So it's not the physical void, it's just the void between the physical realm and the ethereal sea. Okay, Nabrialis. Let's see what you got, son. Oh. I don't even know how this works solo. Dude's just presumably getting all kinds of buffed or something, I don't know. No, it didn't do anything to me. I never, like, I don't quite know what's... I mean, in some cases I know what's like just a kill mechanic regardless of level, but this fight I'm not as familiar with. Here we go again. Ooh, got those. No. Again, I have no idea even what these things do to him. I just know in a group we're able to keep them from hitting him. So it looks like I killed him, but then also getting sucked up into this. I know eventually like a crystal or something pops up that you gotta take out, but... And I don't know how important it is for somebody unsynced to have to do this mechanic, but... Oh, the ethereal tear is there. I think I can just go... Get the hell out of it now. Yeah. You, sir, have been dealt with. Without the blessing of light, no less.
You're safe. Thank the 12.
Oh, and this is the time.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
A lot of time for him to just sit there staring.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
Actually, another question I have is, he said he was not of this world.
What trickery is this? No, no, you cannot, no!
You know, unlike, what was it? Elidibus and La Habrea.
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly, before he breaks free.
And it's going to function as a hilt.
Concentrate. Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light.
Oh no, it's just a laser beam.
Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now the choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You daft old coot.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
What?
No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Moonbreeder. She's gone. You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
Sucks.
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Sharlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louis Soir. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hither to the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Sharlayan behind, Master Louis Soir gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder. Close as they were, as master and disciple, she was deeply wounded by the sudden exclusion from his confidence. Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her. For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was twixt the man whom she revered and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louis Soir I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louis hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louis' wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
No, she got it.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louis' will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Aether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
Man, that got a little misty-eyed there for a minute. Like, as I've said, like, it's been so long since I've done a Realm Reborn content, and so, you know, so many of the details, I mean, from obviously the smallest to even some big details I'd completely forgotten. Obviously I remember Moonbreeder, but more just in the name than the character. And it's crazy how, like, I mean, I don't think she was around for more than maybe a dozen quests. Or at least it felt that way. And it feels like she got more character development in that time than any of the other characters have. I mean, they've more just been vehicles for plot as of yet, than anything else. And she's gotten, I think, a lot of character development, backstory, even just personality, really, than a lot of the other ones. And to go out so quickly, you know, I mean, clearly that's what she was there for, was just to come in, you know, sacrifice, you know, for this moment, and then that's it. And that sucks, because I liked her character so much. Yeah, it's just I mean, there's just so much in that cutscene. Again, like I was saying during it, because it was something that came up before that, was Nabrialis had said that he is not of this world, like Elidibus and La Habrea. And I know the two of those, along with Emmett Selk, are the three, I think it's the three that are unsundered. But how are the unsundered of this world? Well, I guess it might be that Nabrialis was one that was taken from one of the other shards. And then just because he's Ascian, he's able to bounce around. That might be it. But that just kind of not confused me, but it was a question that it was like, I want to ponder this. I want to say there was something else I was thinking of during that cutscene, but it's not coming to me right now. But yeah, I mean, great cutscene. I think certainly kind of the first point that I've really felt emotional, like at all, in the story thus far in A Realm Reborn. There's certainly other points that that I did, but yeah, it just sucked. I liked her so much. Our list of grievances against the Ascians was already overlong. Must they continue to add to it? Would we had arrived a few moments sooner, just a few moments. She was counting on the theory that a soul's ether burns brightest at the moment of its passing, a scholar until the very end. Yeah, I mean that too, to sacrifice yourself, not even like knowing that it's gonna work. Jeez. Oh, Moon. I miss you so much already. That moment of silence, man, actually got me a little bit there. Never have I seen Urianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. God, yeah, just his speech. What really got me was his speech and about her never knowing, you know, what Louis Sua's intent was in not telling her, but that she did. We shall gather in the Charlian Manor to celebrate Moonbrida's life and mourn her passing. Yeah, it's you know, such a connection to a character for being around for such a short amount of time. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join me live, the link to my Twitch is down below. Thank you again, and have a great one.